everyone and welcome back to Star Stable. Today, as the end of 2022 draws near, we will be talking about the worst updates of 2022. And not to be a negative Nancy, do not fear, my favorite / best updates, in my opinion, will be coming out later this week, so stay tuned for that. As always, this is just my opinion and you can agree or disagree with me, that's fine. Please note as well that this is the worst updates like in comparison with each other. I overall genuinely didn't hate any update this year and find the weekly updates quite enjoyable no matter how small or what is even released in them. It was actually really hard to separate these out, but I tried my best to share the updates out as equally as I could between like the best and the worst ones. Horses are not going to be mentioned in this video as I'm working with them in a different video. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it. Actually, one last thing, I by no means want any of these updates to be removed in the future. Some of them I really do not want to see them go. I still really enjoy playing them and everything. This is all just like in comparison with the other updates, and there were like better updates than others, but I can't continue repeating myself. I understand having smaller updates, especially during January when people should be taking a break from work. The only reason this update is here compared to other races is because it only offers a sad 150 horse XP compared to other races. This is also in my best updates video, but it gets itself a slot here for the schmozzle, which was Game Guard. Now, I completely understand the fact that Star Stable tried getting other anti-cheat software, however only being able to like sign a contract or something with Game Guard, and I applaud them for continuing to try and make this game enjoyable for everyone, like the racers who have to deal with the cheaters. But I feel like they could have spoken out about the whole situation a little bit sooner. I was someone who was lucky enough to like not experience issues with it, thankfully, because I know my fair share of computer issues, especially when Star Stable updated to OpenGL 3 and it stopped me from playing the game for over a year, where I had to like borrow laptops quite rarely, like only every couple of months from my sister or my dad. So my heart does go out to those who struggled in the 3 weeks Game Guard existed. And I do hope that the search for an anti-cheat software can do well for the team one day for the sake of us players. Like Game Guard didn't even work. So I would have loved to have some more clarity into why they kept it for 3 weeks. Anyways, I feel like the second week of the Cloud Kingdom was kind of disappointing. It felt small, and although it continued on the really fun Katya storyline, I felt like it was kind of repetitive from the previous week in a way, like it could have just been one update. I don't know, I just tried to go with my initial reaction when reading through the articles, and I for some reason felt like this one just wasn't as like refreshing as week 1. Oops. Look, it's just not as great as 2020. The quests are all recycled, which is fine, but there wasn't really something I logged on every day for. Sure, the fishing pond spat out a new item, but I guess I'm just extremely sore over the removal of the flower wreath creations every day from 2020 and I think 2019. I miss that. Rest in peace. This was the last technical Midsummer Festival, as well as some of the activities and stuff emerging into the Summer Festival next year. I by no means, I think I mentioned this before, this is not a video about like bad updates. It's just the ones which didn't make it into my top updates. I hope that makes sense. This update did also come with the Epic Games launch, which I hope was really epic for the game. I would love to actually hear how it went and whether people actually have been played through Epic Games or have found the game through Epic Games. Look, this was a tough one. I personally do really enjoy the monthly or whatever Guillermo Gadia, despite my struggle to say his name most of the time. I absolutely love the discounted horses though. That is 10 out of 10 best updates discounted horses. One of the best things to happen to this game. However, by the end of it, it came down to just feeling repetitive. We got some new races, but at the end of the day, a lot of them are like the same, which honestly isn't like a bad thing. Once again, I just don't feel as hyped up on Horses of Jorvik weeks, which I think is okay. Star Stable needs the time to work on bigger projects. Hey, I do the same thing on my YouTube channel. After the first week, the birthday began to lose its special touch a bit, which is understandable, and honestly I do actually go more into detail about this in the best updates video because it's kind of like split in half. Week 2 just wasn't as vibing, but that's okay. Yikes. Sorry? Look, I had an absolute blast in Halloween of 2020, and I'm sure if this was your first Halloween in Star Stable, it was super fun for you and fresh. However, for me, I once again feel that although the Galloper's quest was fun and continued on from previous years, it wasn't like as much as those previous years. It was kind of small. And they also removed things such as the proper pumpkin hunt. Like, I don't know why they did that. The soul shard collecting was also a little bit tedious, but it's always like that. I'm sure this is probably just because of the transition time between the old festival system and the new festival Star Stable has spoken about, so here's to hoping for Halloween of 2023. In terms of content, I'm actually not mad once again at this update. The Paddocks prop feature is one of my favourite things Star Stable is rolling out to arenas. However, in comparison to all the other updates in this year, I think this was the smallest update we got in 2022. It didn't include a race, and all I did was log on and then off after having a little look. Once again, I love this feature and it looks amazing here at Marley's. The detail is phenomenal. But I had to have some updates in this video. I feel like it should have maybe been merged with the race in the previous week, but once again, I'm honestly not mad. I'm going to be honest, I barely remember the beach festival. Maybe I was really busy with university at the time, I cannot remember. I feel like there was some fun quests and dailies. Actually, the cat quest from the second week was actually really fun. I really did enjoy that. The aspect of working towards a free cat, like earning it, was kind of epic. It just felt like a rather small festival compared to other ones again, but once again, I don't think I actually got to play it much because I don't remember it. I love the idea of Black Friday, and I think the horse discounts were amazing. 50% off is like the best we've ever seen. But honestly, it was kind of disappointing. The items Star Stable chose were kind of so random, like the clothes and tack. I do really hope they continue doing Black Friday specials on items in the game, but I would love to see some more items that I feel are like a staple in people's home stables closets that they might actually consider buying, but hey, that's just my opinion. The second week of Christmas for me was kind of disappointing. Don't get me wrong, I love the addition of the animations to the rideable animals. They were super fun, but I just feel like there was quite a bit of a misunderstanding about Snowball, which kind of leaves a sour aftertaste from this update. Nevertheless, the other Christmas updates were quite enjoyable, and we can move past the whole Snowball quest but not quest weird wording situation, I think. Well, that's the end of this video. It's definitely still going to be a lot shorter than the best updates, I think. Think of it like I'm terrified. Like, one of my biggest fears is people not understanding what I'm trying to say, because like I really struggle to formulate what my brain is thinking into words which other people can understand. Anyways, think of it like a tier list. These updates are in the B tier compared to the other ones, which are in like the A tier. Like, I still want to see Guillermo Gadia. I still want to see all of the updates and everything. I just wanted to make a YouTube video, so I did. Let me know in the comments below what some of your, like, you know, smaller updates, not as good updates in your brain ones were in the comments below. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are looking forward to 2023. And also the best updates of 2022. Oh my gosh. on the screen right now will be the best updates, and if not, it would just be a different video until that one is released. Thank you guys so much for your support this year. I really appreciate it. Like, literally, it is so overwhelming and surreal. I really appreciate you guys, and I love you all so much. Have a good rest of 2022, you guys. Bye!